Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with this week's edition of 90 Days and 900 Seconds, The Other Way, Season 5, Episode 11, Breaking Bed. If I was going to give this episode a grade, I would give it a D. Honestly, besides TJ finally growing a set of balls, this episode was pretty boring. So let's set 900 seconds on the timer and jump right in. So Shekinah and Sarper. Sarper is going to the airport to pick Shekinah up. He has flowers. And he says if the Sarper 10 years ago could see the Sarper present day, he would laugh at him. Don't worry, Sarper. We're all laughing at present day, Sarper, because we know that this shit is not going to work. Okay, so him and Shekinah reunite at the airport. He says it feels like a movie scene. Everything is happening in slow motion. They jump into each other's arms. They kiss. They hug. They're so happy to see each other. Okay, this happy lovey-dovey feeling lasts until they get to the apartment. Because then she kind of realizes that she's moving into a real bachelor pad. Okay. First of all, did you know Sarper was a closet gamer? Neither did she. And that kind of shit turned her off. Okay. Because the dude is like in his 40s and he likes to play video games. And that kind of shit doesn't turn Shekinah on. You could be in your 20s and be a gamer. That's perfectly fine. But to be a dude in your 40s and play video games, apparently that doesn't tickle Shekinah's funny bone. Then, besides, her wanting to change the furniture and the artwork and obviously give this bachelor pad a feminine touch, she realizes, besides her requesting it repeatedly to Sarper, he did not get a new bed. Yes. Now, she did mention on the first episode that we met her that she spent the night at his place. So I assume she did do the deed in that bed that she was complaining about, okay? And looking at the bed, yeah, that bed is nasty AF. The headboard has seen better days. And I can imagine the mattress has seen better days, okay? But Sarper insists that he has the bed for 12 years. And he loves it, and he is so comfortable. Dude, it is time to get a new fucking mattress. It's been 12 years, okay? But yo, besides he slept with 25 women and 12 years on the mattress, he didn't get a new bed, and Shekinah's not going to sleep in it. So she's like, I'm going to show him there is a way to treat me because I'm noticing a pattern that he doesn't take me seriously when I request things. So she's like, I'm going to sleep on the couch. Give me a blanket and a pillow and set me up to sleep on the sofa. Now, I'm thinking, Shekinah, you really think he hasn't had sex on that sofa? But okay, you go and sleep on the sofa. So she goes to sleep on the sofa. And he's like, are you really serious? And she's like, yes, I am. And he's like, move over. And he joins her. So I guess Sarper's getting a new bed. We all know this is not going to work out, but let's see. Anyway, moving on. We have Holly and Wayne. It is the day before the wedding, and Wayne decided that he was going to take everybody on a safari ride. I think that's fantastic, Wayne. I would love to go on a safari ride, but I just think the timing was really, really bad, okay? Because I agree with Holly. It's the day before her wedding, and the bride always has a shit ton to do. Now, Holly her dress is not ready. She needs to check out the flowers still. They need to pick up the cake, etc., etc., has more than the usual bride. But, she has been planning this wedding from afar, planning the safari ride to show, Holly and her mom the beauty of South Africa. I think was a great idea, Wayne. Don't get me wrong, but I think you could have done it maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 days before the wedding. Just saying, my opinion. And we all know what I say about opinions. They're like buttholes. Everybody has one. So, I find the relationship between Holly and Wayne's sister to be very, very sweet. And let's see what happens. They were making me nervous when Holly and Wayne's sister was sitting there on that cliff. I swore that the wind was going to blow Holly away. She is so thin. And they talked about the wedding, and just thinking about how much shit Holly had to do the day before her wedding was getting me anxious. We shall see next week. Now, Yohan and Danielle are off to the immigration lawyer's office because they are going to figure out what kind of visa they're going to apply for. And Yohan is all team green card. He has his mind set on a green card, okay? And Danielle is like, no. So Danielle's idea world is to have some type of visa for Yohan that he could travel back and forth between DR and the United States whenever the hell she feels like it, on a whim. So she decided she wants to go next week to New York. Yohan to be able to travel with her. No such visa exists. I'm sorry, Danielle. So they take their doggy Gizmo to the immigration attorney's office, where she sits there and she tells the attorney their situation. And Yohan inquires whether, if he gets a green card, would he have to live in the United States, where the attorney explains that the green card is an immigration visa. You are immigrating to the country, i.e. the United States. So yes, you would have to live there. So Danielle's like, I don't understand why you would want to apply for a green card to a country that you have never visited. You don't know if you're going to like it. You have no idea what that country is like. Why don't we apply for a tourist visa and take it from there? And as they're discussing their business with the immigration attorney, Gizmo the doggy decides to do his business on Danielle's lap, much to Yohan's amusement. And Yohan's like, I'm really glad that Gizmo did that because, peeing on Danielle's lap, I'll teach her that she can't take the dog everywhere in public. And Danielle's like, you think I haven't been peed on before? Okay, a little dog pee isn't anything. Anyway, so they're sitting there in the attorney's office. You know that Yohan still wants to go down the green card path, and Danielle doesn't. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. So now, Mary and Brandan, fast forward 3 months. Okay, fast forward. We did it. Fast forward in their storyline. Mary's grandfather has left them alone to go work in Manila, which is a whole nother island. So they have been able to have some privacy. And you know what happens when you give 2 horny kids some privacy? Brandan has been waiting over 2 years for this. And Mary decided, while LoLo's away, she's going to play. And they finally popped that cherry. And guess what? Mary decided that she had baby fever and she wanted to try. Yes, you heard me correctly. She wanted to try to have a child. So they started to try intentionally for a baby. And guess what? It worked. Mary is pregnant. And the reality of everything is just starting to hit Brandan. First of all, LoLo may or may not kill him because Mary is pregnant out of wedlock. Secondly, how are they going to support this child? How many necklaces is Mary going to sell to support this child? All of this is starting to come crashing down on him as he's laying on his fake Gucci pillowcase, trying to figure out how is he going to do this? What plan is he going to come up with? Mary runs to the outhouse to go puke because she has morning sickness. So this is all really real. Daddy Brandan, you need to figure something out. We shall see. First, they need to tell LoLo that while he was away, they were playing. Now, let's move on to TJ and Kimberly and the shit show that ensued. So, they went out to dinner with Kim's parents. And her dad brings up the argument with Yash. And TJ really believes that if they could just get through this one little glip, okay? He believes this whole thing with Yash is just a little glitch. A little glip. If they could just work it out, everything will be okay. And I believe TJ loves Kimberly so much that he believes deep in his heart that if he could just force everyone to get along, everything will be okay. Okay? So, Kimberly, I'm sorry. She is such a condescending bitch. I just want to reach to the TV and fucking wring her neck. And yes, I said it. Okay? TJ is trying so hard because he loves her so much. And he is stuck in this bad position with his family. And she is just trying to make him look bad in front of her parents. And she's like, my opinions don't matter in this relationship, I guess. Just admit it. My opinions don't matter. Is that what it is? My opinion doesn't matter. What kind of question is that, Kim? Like, seriously, what kind of question is that? And TJ calls her out. And TJ says, you're being rude right now. You know, and they have this only argument in front of her parents, and her stepmom looks like she wants the floor to swallow her up. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I would have probably crawled underneath the table. I mean, embarrassment, horrified at the way Kim was acting. I mean, TJ was doing his very best to try to answer the dad's questions, alleviate his fears. I mean, the poor guy, it is like a couple of days before his wedding. First time he's meeting his in-laws, and Kim is totally throwing him under the bus. Okay? Treating him like shit, condescending, rude as fuck. And he is just like, you know, Kim, you are not on my side. We are not a team right now, and you are being rude. And if I was Kim's stepmom, yeah, I would have crawled under that table in embarrassment. Okay? Horrified embarrassment. So, after dinner, of course, Kim decided to fire off a bunch of texts because she feels like, you know, she's entitled to be angry and fire off a bunch of texts. And this is where TJ finally felt like he was entitled to grow a set of balls and basically broke up with her at 2 a.m. And he said, you know, Kim, no matter what I do, I'm always wrong. Okay? The apartment was wrong. In the argument with my brother, I'm wrong. Trying to fix this with my family, I'm wrong. In front of your parents, I'm wrong. So it seems like I am the root of your misery. So I'm going to remove my existence from your life. And then you could be happy. Because it seems like no matter what I do, It is wrong. And you know something, TJ? You are not wrong in your assessment. Okay? Because yes, it seems like no matter what you do, you are wrong. And Kim is not happy. So hey, if Kim's not happy, why the fuck is she with you? Why does she want to marry you? Okay? So her stepmom comes into her room, and of course, she's upset. And she's like, I think TJ broke up with me. And her mom is like, wait a second, what do you mean? And she shows text. So it's basically TJ's like, I'm the one that's always fucking up. So I'm going to remove myself from the equation. And Kim's mom's like, listen, I think you guys just need to have a conversation. She thinks that they both say things that they don't mean when they're upset and overtired. No, I think TJ really means this. He finally grew a set of balls and said, listen, if I make you so damn miserable, then I'm going to see myself out of the group chat. I'm removing myself from the chat, and that's it. Okay? Because it's obvious, Kim, you're very miserable no matter what I do. So imagine being married to me for the rest of your life. I don't want to put you through that. I love you so much, Kim, that I see how miserable I make you. So I'm removing myself from the group chat. That's all. We shall see next week what happens. Thank you so much, guys, for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Please hit the like button and share my video with a friend or 10. See you next week. Bye.